Hi everyone, it's Ailin here. I hope you are all having a wonderful week so far. And yeah, I honestly, I love sitting down in this chair and talking to you guys through this camera. And it's like a conversation. I feel like I can see you guys watching me through the other side of the screen, through a video on YouTube. And it's a really personal thing. And I love it so much because it kind of provides me like a break in between, working on all these cases and talking to people, through consultation calls. It's more of like, it gives me the freedom to express myself, like free flowing, whereas, calls may be more structured, checking off iris reports, writing herbal protocols, that's more of a structured thing. But this is more like free, and it's nice because it's like I can talk to you guys like, just as friends, like sharing knowledge and information with each other. So yeah, it's beautiful. And I want to say thank you to all of you that liked my last video, that showed your support. Like, it really perked me up, I felt so happy because I know there's people that watch these videos each week. Like, I can definitely see it in the views, the videos get 200 or 300 views, like, after the first few days. But then it's another thing actually seeing people commenting on the videos and then liking the videos, and it's like, oh my God, you guys actually do exist. I'm not just talking to no one, you know what I mean? So that was really appreciated, and it made my whole week, honestly. And like, even if I get like hate comments, like sometimes I get hate comments, or like some people say like, oh, you didn't really have fibromyalgia, you didn't really have this disease, and it's like, it's laughable. Like, to be honest with you, it's like, how I don't understand how someone actually takes time, their precious time is like the most precious thing we have, and they actually use it to try and tear someone down. I honestly, like, I cannot even fathom it. Like, if I come across someone or something that I disagree with, I don't take my time to leave hate, I move along and focus on, my mission and like my hobbies or what have you. I don't know, to each their own, but I never understood how people could be so mean, to tear other people down. But anyways, I wanted to like pretty much just sit down with you guys today and talk about a particular detox topic, because that's something I haven't done in a while. I think the last detox topic video that I made was the one on like why you lose your period for women that go on a raw vegan diet. And then the last one after that was like why I don't recommend things like biopsies, MRIs, like tests, medical tests like that. Like if you want to heal your body, why I don't recommend that. So I've made those two topic videos, but I've been seeing like this reoccurring health issue with a lot of people, particularly with my clients that have been coming to me, and it's just like showing itself over and over again. So I thought, like, you know what, let me talk about this topic, because I know that there's so many people with this fear out there. And the topic is on tumors and cancer, but this video is going to be like, I guess, a little more focused on tumors specifically. And yeah, I'm gonna jump right into it. Like I said, this is like a free-flowing video, it's not planned. I'm just gonna be like, pretty much just saying what I know and based on my experiences and how to heal tumors, essentially, right? So for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I don't know how much you guys know about the lymphatic system, but that's a good place to start the lymphatic system, right? So when it comes to healing the body, the lymphatic system is something that must be focused on and must be like brought to light in the consciousness in today's society, because the lymphatic system has everything to do with how we keep our bodies healthy. The reason why health issues befall the human body is because there are many wastes, toxins, obstructions, acids, chemicals that accumulate in the body to where the cells can no longer handle them. The burden becomes so huge that actual tissue degeneration, cell degeneration starts to occur. So we see these things occurring throughout all the different symptoms that a human body can get. You know, you can get something like pimples, the simplest of things, right? Pimples, acne, skin bumps, things like that. That comes from this lymphatic system and its inability to filter out through the kidneys of the body. So this lymph system is tied to the kidneys. You know, everyone has 2 kidneys, and it is through the kidneys. Now, a lot of people don't know this, the medical establishment doesn't know this, but through the kidneys, this is how the body cleans all of the cellular waste in the body. Because, you know, we have trillions of cells in our bodies, and all of them poop and pee just like we do, just like animals in nature do. All of them intake food, nutrients, food source, energy, and they excrete out waste. If this lymph system is obstructed in any way, or if the kidneys are weak, if there is a disruption of this flow in order to excrete these wastes out, this is when disease occurs. Now, in the case of tumors, we always see an obstruction of this lymph system in the body. Now, depending on where it is, you can have a tumor in the brain, or in a specific gland, thyroid gland, or you can have a tumor on the breast, or you can have tumors like on your legs, you can have fatty tumors. Depending on the location, that's where that obstruction lies. So the most common one that I've been seeing so far with the clients that have been coming to me are breast tumors. Now, the beginning stages of breast tumors, it always starts out with fibrocystic breasts. Now, you have to realize tumors, it's nothing scary. It's not a scary thing. It is essentially like a big pimple or like a big cyst or a fibroid. It's the same thing. It's a pocket of fluid, a pocket of holding fluid. Inside this pocket are waste, acids mixed with lymphatic sewage, waste, fluid, you know? This is why when you pop a pimple, you see this white stuff, white pus, mucus, like little fatty substance come out with a tiny little bit of blood. That is lymph sewage. Same thing goes for a tumor. Now, you might be asking to yourself, why is it that the body forms these tumors? You know, why is it? Well, it's actually one of the body's ways to protect the cells, the surrounding cells. If the body did not create this tumor, then the acidic waste would burn and destroy the surrounding cells. Now, when that occurs, that's the last thing you want to occur. The body is intelligent. That's the last thing the body wants to see, is cells actually dying, degenerating, you know, becoming mutated, because mutated cells equals to cancer cells. So in the body's way to try and protect the surrounding cells, it creates this pocket of fluid, this pocket, this tumor, what have you, in order to, you know, save the surrounding cells. Now, if you keep on eating the same diet, if the tumor keeps on getting bigger, that's going to become a problem, because the body can only hold on to it for so long, right? So these few cases that I've been looking at, you know, I've seen many tumor cases, and in all of the cases where people have these tumors in their bodies, it doesn't matter where the location is, they always have a problem eliminating waste. Now, there's 4 channels of elimination in the body. There's the kidneys that we discussed. You're supposed to see filtration in your urine. You're supposed to see, you know, cloudy urine, sediment in your urine, something. Your urine should not be clear. It defeats the purpose of having kidneys in the first place, right? Or kidneys are supposed to clean our bodies. Now, that's the first way, and that's going to be the ultimate way to heal any disease, is to achieve this filtration. Number 2 is the skin. In people with tumors, I always see a big, thick, dark skin ring around their eyes. That tells me that person is having trouble sweating. They have low sweating ability, you know? This means that they've been holding on to waste under the skin for most of their lives. Now we have to realize that the skin is the body's third kidney. So if the kidneys are not working, the body goes, where am I going to expel these wastes? How can I get rid of them? It turns to the skin then. But then what happens is, if someone's thyroid is weak, which controls, the sweating ability of the body temperature, then it holds on to these wastes. And then we see this skin ring form around the eyes. So it's literally like a barrier that prevents your body from releasing these acidic wastes. I see these skin rings all the time with people with tumors. So this is why it's going to be essential in any detox protocol for someone to open up their skin, to start sweating, to start perspiring, to start eliminating. That's the second channel of elimination. The third one is the colon. Obviously the removal of excrements, the removal of stools, all that stuff, that's a given, right? And number 4 is the lungs. We breathe out carbon dioxide, we breathe out, metabolic waste through the lungs. So those 4 channels of elimination should be focused on becoming opened, becoming powered up to start eliminating mucus, waste, acids, all of those things in every detox protocol and every healing protocol. Now, this is the true way to heal the body, right? So, yeah, with tumors, it's not a scary thing, guys. It's not a scary thing. What I do notice is that a lot of people, in particular with breast tumors, they tell me they have trouble sweating. All over their body, they have trouble sweating. But once they start the detox process, they notice that their underarms start sweating a lot. Now, why is that? It's because the lymph nodes are located right under the arms. The lymph nodes responsible for taking care of that breast tumor in that site. You know what I mean? So, going back to the lymphatic system, the lymph system is made up of lymph vessels, it's made up of lymph nodes, and it's made up of lymph fluid. These lymph nodes, which are located under the arms, around the neck area, around the groin area, around the lungs, chest, you can view a lymph node chart online and you'll see the lymph nodes are all over the place, but pretty much this is the main site for them. When it comes to healing the breast of tumors, you're going to want to address these lymph nodes right here, which means you're not going to want to stop perspiration at all. You're not going to want to use any chemical deodorants and nothing with aluminum. You want the body to perspire from that location in order to get rid of these wastes. So those 2 ways, through the kidneys, you have to see filtration if you want to shrink that tumor. If you want the tumor to start dissolving, your kidneys must be filtering. At the same time, you want to sweat. You want to get into the sauna every day, absolutely every day, to try and shrink this tumor, right? Now, a common thing is, with time, the tumors get hard. The lymph nodes get hard. Now, that's when it has progressed a bit. Now, at this stage, you don't want to worry. You just want to follow the correct healing diet. And, tumors and cancers, I want to stress this as much as we possibly can, because it's not about fear. You have the power to heal this. You can take your power back. You don't have to be in fear that, I have to get this mammogram to check to see if I have breast cancer, or I have to get a biopsy to see if this is a malignant tumor or a benign tumor or a fatty tumor. And I'm here to tell you it doesn't make a difference. Why? Because you heal it in the same way. You address the lymph system. So if someone with a tumor, you're going to want kidney herbs, a strong kidney formula to turn on the kidneys. Some people, I've seen their eyes, their kidneys are like almost practically degenerated. Their diastolic blood pressure is way over 70, or like over 80, and that means they're losing their kidneys big time. So you want to address the kidneys and open them up to filter. At the same time, you want to look, does this person have an adrenal gland weakness? Do they have low blood pressure? Do they have blood sugar issues? Do they have and experience fatigue? Do they have anxiety issues? All these things point to adrenal gland weakness, and those are little baby adrenal glands. They lie on top of the kidneys and control whether the kidneys open or close. They control elimination of waste. They're tied to the nervous system, you know, very important to address those in the healing protocol. At the same time, I see addressing the skin again. Thyroid weakness is, you know, rampant in people with tumors. They're just not sweating. So you would want to look at the thyroid and give herbs for the thyroid, a thyroid formula. And, you know, speaking of which, the formula that I recommend to my clients, if I see, and this is really common, if I see a thyroid weakness in an iris and in their symptoms, you know, cold hands and feet, you know, a low ability to sweat, irritable easily, they get migraines, things of that nature, that points to thyroid weakness. But then at the same time, I always see, always, in cancer cases and in tumor cases, we always see a thymus gland weakness. Now, the thymus gland is super important because it is one of the main glands that controls the lymph system. Through the thymus gland, T cells are activated, and those T cells are responsible for getting rid of mutated cells. They're your main immune system. They're your body's main defense against, you know, mutated cells or any foreign invaders or anything like that. So you always want to address the thymus gland. Now, with the formula that I recommend to my clients, it's called the thyroid thymus formula. And it's so amazing because it's like nature knew. The same herbs that help the thyroid gland also help the thymus gland. And there's always that beautiful connection that we see, you know? So healing the body is so magical, guys. Like, it's so magical because it's like the creator, you know, whoever created us, whoever created this beautiful planet and all of its inhabitants and, you know, all of life, they knew, like, each species has their own ideal diet to heal, to feel amazing in their bodies, to carry out their missions. And for us as humans, it's fruits. You know, so some people, they have congestion in their thyroid gland, right? And that has caused it to be in a hypo state. That has caused that person to lose their sweating ability, to hold on to acids, you know, which creates the tumors. So for those people, I mean, it makes sense. Consume fruits because those are the most beautiful astringent foods that are going to clear that congestion. Like I don't know if you guys, whoever's watching this, like, but it's obvious. It becomes really obvious when you compare fruits to greens. Fruits have that astringent power to clear obstructions and mucus and waste from the body, whereas greens don't. You know, just start your day off with some orange juice with some limes or lemon squeeze into it and drink that, and you'll see immediately, if you have congestion in your head or your sinuses or your throat, you'll immediately want to start spitting this mucus out. Not the same thing can be said with greens, like, you know, a salad, for instance. So greens don't hold that healing power that we need in order to heal the body of tumors, you know, or of anything like that. Most health issues are lymphatic issues, because whether it's a congestive issue, an obstruction issue, or whether the cells have already damaged, you know, they've mutated, they turn into cancer, or let's say a gland tissue degenerated, either way, the only way the body will heal those conditions are in an alkaline/base medium. And that cannot exist if acids and mucus and obstructions exist in the body, right? So fruits will always be number one. That's the basis of a healing diet. Now, greens are not strong enough to move the lymph system. Even if it's juiced greens, green juices, salads, things like that, they're not strong enough to move the lymph system. You want to focus on fruits. For tumors, I would always say grapes are king. Purple dark grapes are the best. Lemons and limes, squeeze into that, or taking that in a raw juice form, that's going to be the best. That's what you want to focus on when trying to dissolve a tumor, okay? When trying to move the lymph system. So yeah, I just wanted to share that part with you guys because I see the connection so clearly, and I want other people to know about it and to take this information and, you know, to start healing themselves. Now, that being said, everyone's case is different. So depending on where the tumor is located, if you have a tumor, depending on where it's located, you're going to require a different way to heal that based on the location. So for instance, if your tumor is located on the thyroid, I would not give someone a thyroid formula, because with a thyroid formula, you would then inspire more activity of the cells of the thyroid, and then with more activity produces more waste. If your kidneys aren't filtering, getting rid of those waste, then guess what's going to grow? The tumor is going to start to grow, you know? So you have to be smart. As a detox specialist, I've seen it all. I've seen all of this. I've studied this for many years. So I understand what you must and must not do in order to heal the body. So that's something you should never do. So if someone has a goiter, do not take a thyroid formula for the goiter. You have to remove obstructions first before you can heal the thyroid directly with an herb. You know what I'm saying? Same thing goes for like a pituitary tumor. You wouldn't give a pituitary formula, you know, things of that nature, right? So, okay, I'm gonna take some apple juice here. I took your advice, person that told me in the last video to be prepared with a big drink of juice in this hot room, because yes, today is hot again. And I have an extra light source too to brighten up this video a little more, because I noticed the last video was kind of like orangey, and I wasn't liking that too much. But yeah, I can't have my AC on, guys, because it'll affect the sound, and I want these videos to be as amazing as possible to reach more people, right? Because more people need to know about this information. So back to tumors. Now, if you have a hardened lymph node, if it's hard, or if you have a tumor that is hard, there are detox tools that you can use to break up that hardened lymph, okay? So little tools that you can use are things like oils, whether that's hemp oil, whether that's olive oil, grapeseed oil, what have you. CBD oil, any of that stuff, you apply it to that hardened lymph node. Castor oil, that's a great one, and it'll start to break it up and dissolve it, okay? So that can be pretty necessary depending on the case. Castor oil packs, something I recommend. Put it directly on the tumor, put it directly on any hardened lymph nodes or swollen lymph nodes, then that's great. Anything that we can possibly do to move this lymph system along, to get it pumping again, and to get it releasing all these wastes is going to be what you want to see. Now, during a healing program, if you get on this healing program, tumors can grow and shrink, grow and shrink. That is perfectly natural to experience, okay? And it's not something to become fearful about. However, it is a bad sign if the tumor continuously grows and doesn't shrink. We kind of want to see that waxing and waning going on, because that means, okay, we're moving the lymph system, it's going to the lymph node sites, the macrophages in there are getting rid of it, you know, the lymph nodes, they're buffering the acidity of the waste, and then they're going to be taken to the kidneys in order to be eliminated, because you can't send extremely acidic waste to the kidneys, otherwise they would burn, right? So the body's intelligent, it already knows it has to buffer the waste before they're sent there. The worst, I'm honestly so surprised by the medical system, by medical doctors, you know? I know I talk about them a lot here, but it's just, it makes me so mad. Because it's like you have these beautiful people that they just want to heal, and then the doctors stop them, you know? So, like, I had this one case a while back ago where she had thyroid cancer, right? Hyperthyroid thyroid cancer. Now, me understanding how the lymph system works, how cancers work, you know, tumors, what have you, whatever, I know that in order for the body to get rid of that, it has to go to the lymph nodes through the lymph system. Now, this person, they wanted to like continuously check, you know, the status of their cancer. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. Now, I recommend it. Yeah. Like keep an eye on the cancer, right? On its progression. You want to see it get better, right? What the doctor recommended was a biopsy, which if you guys know a biopsy, they put a needle directly in the affected area, whether that's the thyroid, whether that's the breast, wherever they're trying to check, you know, for the cancer. That is the worst thing people can possibly do. So I say that in relation to this video, do not get a biopsy if you have a tumor. Do not, because like we said before, this lymph fluid, a tumor is a pocket of lymph fluid and waste and acid waste. If you go in there and you disrupt that, guess what starts leaking in your body? The acids will start leaking to the other areas of the body. That's the worst thing you could possibly do, because then that's when the cancer will spread and start to, you know, wreak even more havoc. So in relation to what she was doing, she was like, you know, no, I don't want to do a biopsy. She was scared to do a biopsy. And I was like, you know, there are other ways to check for cancer markers to see the progression. You can get a blood test. The doctors won't tell you that. Some of them will refuse because they just want to make money with the biopsy, right? That's more money to them in order, like, as opposed to getting a blood test, right? So she went that route. Now what they found was, oh my God, it looks like the cancer has spread and reached your lymph nodes. And what they recommended to her was to surgically remove her lymph nodes. And thankfully she came to me and said, you know, they want me to remove my lymph nodes. They said the cancer has spread. No, that's not how the body works. She was on a raw diet, a clean raw diet, filled with fruits and juices, right? Strictly. She maybe cheated once throughout her entire detox program. And luckily, we got it. It was a stage 4 thyroid cancer. It detoxed out of her body in 6 weeks because she stood with me. She sticked it out. She didn't let fear control her decisions. Even though the medical doctors were advising against it, her family was advising against it, her sons, you know, everyone was giving her a hard time, even her husband. You know, she stuck with it and she healed. That's how you have to be on this detox path. You have to wear the robe, you have to be sure of yourself, you have to educate yourself, you know, you have to put in the focus. If something rings true to you in your heart, you can't let anyone persuade you to do otherwise. You know, you owe it to yourself, and at the end of the day, it's your body that you're trying to heal. No one else is feeling your pains. No one else is going through your journey. You have the ultimate responsibility for your body, okay? So that's what I want to tell you guys. But yeah, so when the cancer reached her lymph nodes, they were like, you know, we want to remove them. Well, I understood that is a necessary part in order to remove cancer from the system. It goes through the lymph nodes first. It goes through the lymph system first before it's ultimately moved and excreted out of the body, right? Now, that's not to say if someone is on a cooked food diet, a standard American diet, yeah, then if it moves to lymph nodes, then they're in trouble, because that means the cancer is spreading. But from a detoxification perspective and point of view, then she was actually moving towards healing, right? So after that, shortly after that, like in 1 or 2 weeks, the cancer was gone out of her body, never to return again. It's been years. Thyroid is perfect, everything is perfect. So yeah, I just wanted to share that little story with you guys. But you know, I should talk about the differences between the different tumors and cancers and whatnot. So there's 3 types of tumors. There's malignant, there's benign, and there's fatty. Now, malignant occurs when the cells have already reached that mutation. The acids have already burned the cells. That's malignant. Those are the cancerous tumors. If a tumor is benign, means non-cancerous, then it hasn't reached that stage yet, but it can if it's left to fester. If the acids are left to fester long enough, the benign tumor will turn malignant, okay? With fatty tumors, that's just it. It's just fatty deposits in the body. So it's the same thing with like cellulite, clumping, stuff like that. It's the same exact thing. You can throw that into that category as well. So when the body's healing, it's so intelligent that it always goes after malignant tumors first to heal. It understands this is a pressing matter. You know, we want to keep the system alive. Your body loves you, believe it or not. And then it'll go after that. Benign tumors will heal secondary. Fatty tumors will heal third, because it's really not that serious. It's just, you know, yeah, it's unpleasant, it's clumpy, but you know, it's more of like a physical thing more than anything, right? So yeah, let's see, there's so much that can be said about tumors, guys. My camera actually switched off for a second and I had to turn it back on because there's a limit to the recording time, but I like to give as much information as possible. You know, that's why these videos, they tend to be around an hour long. It's because I just have so much to share. I also want to mention to anyone that's watching this that has a tumor or that has cancer, if it were me, I would not go the medical route, because let me tell you, as a detox specialist, the worst cases that I've seen to heal, where they've literally tried everything to no avail, it didn't work, before they came to me, these people have undergone years of radiation continuously. Yeah, sure, the cancer may have gone away for a few years. Yeah, sure, the cancer may have gone into remission, you know, but at the end of the day, with radiation, all we see is the issues come back. Radiation itself is highly acidic. In chemistry, acids break down the tissues. In our human bodies cannot handle an overabundance of acids. The tissues will start to break down. And broken down tissues always equals to cancer and cancer spreading. You don't want to go that route. So before it's too late, before you go through the radiation chemotherapy route, which, you know, it always blows back years later. It always comes back years later, stronger than ever, the cancer, you know. You want to follow a detoxification diet to give your body the best chance at healing itself, because our bodies are self-healing, they're self-cleansing. They just need help. They just need help because our genetics have become so weak. You know, the clients that I've been helping with now, you know, like many of them are coming to me for cancer prevention too, because their entire line, their grandma had breast cancer, their grandpa had lung cancer, their mom had breast cancer. You know, it's like, it's an ongoing thing that, like, and oh my God, like it's kind of scary, because in actuality, what I normally see is, you know, like if you're someone in your 30s, your mom or your grandparents, they have strong genes. They didn't get diseases until like later on in life, like in 70s or 80s. But now we're seeing weak genes where like someone's grandma or mom, like they got cancer in their early 30s, you know. And then I see these clients coming to me, they are in their 30s. They're already thinking like, no, I don't want to go that route. I don't want to have the same fate that my parents did or that my grandparents did, you know. So, and people are becoming more and more aware that, you know, just the medical system is failing them, unfortunately. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you that. And always realize, cancer is not an entity. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. It comes from years and years of eating the wrong foods. And if you have a genetic weakness passed down to you, the wrong foods, eating obstructive, mucus-forming, acidic-forming foods will turn on those genes. Well then, you know, weak genetics, so weak genetics really just mean that area that's genetically weak. So for instance, someone with lung cancer, their chest is genetically weak. down the line, you will see their parents, their grandparents, their siblings, whatever, what have you, their aunts, they all had that weakness, whether that was in the form of bronchitis, asthma, lung cancer, breast cancer, you know, it's all the same because it's all location, location, location. It's all in the same location. A genetic weakness in a particular location just means your body is prone to actually accumulating acids in that particular area. That's all it means. So genetics can be reversed on this diet. You don't have to fall into you don't have to fall at the mercy of diseases. You have the power to take control of your life and heal this. Simple. It's really that simple. Lymphatic system, kidneys filtering, the skin should be sweating, going to the sauna every day, eating fruit, taking the herbs for your weaknesses, doing things like castor oil packs right on the tumor. Oh, that's another thing. So there are certain situations where if a tumor gets too big and too hard and you're on the detox road but it's still not budging, then you may have to turn to topical herbs to put on the tumor. Now with supervision, always with supervision, because these herbs are pretty powerful. And then these herbs called the black salve, then it would pop the tumor out of the skin. But that's only to be used with supervision of a detox specialist, because I've seen people try and do it by themselves, guys. They do it by themselves, their kidneys aren't filtering, then they have just like a hole, and then, you know, the body's just expelling waste and it never heals up, you know. So with caution. At the same time, I'd like to tell you all, use herbs with caution as well. You really have to work under the guidance of a detox specialist that is experienced and skilled and has put in the years of work, because to heal the body, you do need to be well versed in all the organs and glands. You need to be well versed and have had personal experience with detoxing yourself. I believe those people make the best healers, you know, because then they can relate to what the people that are trying to heal, they can relate to their clients, right? So it takes all of this, and I pride myself in being a good healer. You know, I know this is what I was meant to do. It kind of like it aligned, it perfectly aligned, because I was suffering for years with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome and endometriosis and anxiety, depression, panic attacks, all that stuff, chronic constipation, so many issues, and this was the way out. Finally, this was the way out. So I come to all of you with nothing but love, and thank you so much for all of your support, guys. It really means the world to me. You know, if you want to read more about tumors, in particular breast tumors and healing them, I have an excellent article on my website that I wrote. My website is www.spiritropicalhealing.com. You can read that article there. I believe the article is called How to Heal Breast Cancer and Tumors, or How to Heal Breast Tumors, you know. But from this video, you know, healing a tumor, you heal it the same way, through the lymph system, and that article is excellent. So yeah, guys, I mean, I think that's about it. This video is kind of lengthy, but let me know down in the comment section below, what other topic video would you guys like to see? You can mention like whatever topic you want, and I'll cover that topic in the future. You know, I'm typically going to be doing 1 to 2 videos a week. I'm going to be doing my best, guys. I actually turn on this camera immediately after a consultation call with someone, and I've been like busy working day and night on your cases to help you all heal. So forgive me if I seem a little tired or flustered in this video, but it's because I've been talking all day now. But yeah, leave your comments down below and give this video a like. We need this information out there. We need people to start healing. We don't want people to go down the medical path for something that can be healed so easily. Tumors are so easy to heal, you know? All these testings, all this radiation, chemotherapy, you know, it's all not worth it. And it actually creates a problem when there wasn't that big of a problem in the first place, right? You just have to pump that lymph system, get your kidneys to filter, and that tumor will be out of there, be out of your body, okay? So I'm gonna help you guys out. I'm here to help all of you heal. This is why I make these videos every single week, to encourage you all, to inspire you, to provide life-giving information, life-changing information. And it warms my heart because it's like, what I'm doing here, guys, is just following my mission, following my life's call, following my highest passion, you know, just sharing. Because I know this sharing is going to help someone out there heal, even if it's one person, then I would have done my job, you know. But thankfully, so many people are open to the information nowadays. Daily, I get people coming to me saying, thank you so much for sharing this. Oh my God, you know, I'm starting to heal this, or I've healed this following your information. Like that, just, you know, that makes me so happy. I love you all. Take care. Share this with anyone that you think may benefit from this information. And if any of you want to heal with me, you guys know where to reach me. You can go to www.spiritTropicalhealing.com. I'll leave the information down below, or you can email me. Leave your questions down below too. Any questions for the next Q&A, and then I'll be happy to answer them for you all. Okay, so happy healing, everyone. Detox your life and take care. Bye.